but Charles Dickens is too good.
The sensational story of Charles Dickens continues, and record settled, record straight. Charles Dickens wins.
Of all the Trippies that we've ever had here on the farm, he's probably the one that is most like his father. And he was one that, right from the beginning, everybody mentioned. He was very typical a Trippie. You know, most Trippies arrive and they are incredibly balanced. They stand perfectly fine. They've got good quarters, good hind legs, nice shoulder, good outlook, bold eye, and they're usually pretty. And so he just was that. He ticked off all of those boxes. I think the temperament is a very heritable trait. You want to breed to horses that have those classic attributes that we look in thoroughbreds, which is, you know, courage, durability, you know, soundness, toughness. You know, those things are so important as well. And I think he actually really had those in spades.
He gave you this feeling that you were sitting on something special from the beginning. I remember one day in particular, we sat some blistering paces up in front. Aldo was on Charles that day. He just came past us like we were standing still. It gave you goosebumps even though I wasn't even sitting on him. He had this unbelievable turn of foot. At home, he just felt like you could never get to top gear. The tracks weren't long enough.
He's really a jock's treat, so he does everything you need from him to do, and he's still a colt, but he doesn't seem to know it. Takes his time, does everything right. He does give you every impression that he's going to be the sort that we want him to be, and the type of horses you wake up for in the morning.
Got the most wonderful temperament. To train, he's an absolute pleasure. He takes everything in his stride at home. He's so laid back. The most magnificent looking horse, got a temperament to die for. And he's a character in his stable, he's a character in his box, and we're all very, very close to him at home, and I enjoy every minute of him.
Charles Dickens, he shows his class.
He's all they said he was. He's too good here.
Goes into the Guineas undefeated. Gentlemen, you seeing something special as Charles Dickens shows he's a champion. He wins the Guineas easy.
He deserves all these accolades, you know. He's got such a character, more so than his ability. He's got this way about him. I can't describe it. When you see him, you'll understand, and he's got this presence about him. He's done everything we've asked him to do, and he's done it in fine style. And as I came past here, someone in the crowd said, just believe in him. And I thought, you know what, that's exactly what I'm going to do. When it was time for him to go, there was a wall in front of him, and it was just a matter of him turning it on. And when those turbines turned on, it was just a matter of strides, and he was in front, and he was putting the race to bed. And I squeezed for a bit more, and then guess what, there was more. So I don't think I've sat on a horse like this before. Here comes this horse, and he gives me that a little bit of hope and tells me, listen, if you're not going to fight, at least fight for me. And Jesus, yeah, I am. And he's just made me hang on for a little bit longer, and thank God he did that.
That is definitely the best horse I've ever trained. And wow, he's just, and he's such a wonderful horse to train. He's such an easy horse to train. He's got the most super temperament. He just does everything right. And to Charles, what can I say? He's a champ.
Did he make you proud?
He did much more, Vicky, than make me proud. To be an owner breeder is just another level when you have a horse like this. And talking about a horse like this, I've had lots of good horses. I've won at the highest level, but I've never, ever had a horse like Charles Dickens. And then just the way he won made me more than proud. It's opened up a whole new future. If I have to say this is the best day I've ever had on the racetrack, it really is.
Albertana won't go away. Charles Dickens, Albertana, very close.
Frankly, leave this place, you could hear a pin drop as Charles Dickens is beaten for the first time in his career, ran an honest and creditable race in second.
It's Charles Dickens. See it again, he's absolutely flying, and see it again, got there.
But Charles Dickens is too good.
There's a lot of pressure with this guy, but at the same time it's pleasant pressure, and the minute I get on him, all that falls away. So
Oh, he's got an awesome temperament, and he just, as you say, he's got a huge amount of presence about him. But he's a naturally fit horse. He's an athlete. What a performance from him today, and what a horse.
The sensational story of Charles Dickens continues. Charles Dickens won the Hollywood Bets Gold Challenge. You have to be a believer now. We'll have more, please, of Charles Dickens, the son of Trippi.
I didn't really want to be on the fence. It wasn't the plan, but he wanted to be there, and I always trust him wherever he wants to be. And as you can see, a lot of emotions, because he's just such a special horse to me.
This is a different kind of horse. He's just, I've never had a horse like this before. He really just gives you a feeling that no other horse will be able to give you.
I think he proved himself today, and the fact that he's by Trippi, great family, couldn't be happier. Not much in life can make your heart turn over, and you feel you can laugh and cry in the same 5 minutes.
That time of year again, the Lombard King's Plate is up next. 7 Charles Dickens, who started favourite in this great race 12 months ago, got turned over. Will he set the record straight? Time for talk is over. The packed Hollywood Bets Kenilworth. Charles Dickens now the next nearest. Set and ready, gates are back, and they're racing in the Lombard King's Plate. Charles Dickens, 100 metres out over See It Again, and record settled, record straight. Charles Dickens wins. Charles Dickens won the Lommeraw King's Plate in a beautiful moment for Drakenstein.
Obviously, I was hoping to win the race, and if I didn't, I'd give Charles Dickens a go, but she's the way he quickened up of a mile, he's the champion of South Africa.
Charles Dickens has absolutely buried them today. What a turn of foot. Today we sing the praises of Charles Dickens, and it's any superstar. To see them come back to their absolute best is what we all watch live sport for.
Charles Dickens, and I have to really try and hold it together here. Today, he showed who he really is, and he's the future of Drakenstein. I know we had, if I have to quote Charles Dickens, a spring of hope, but we did have the worst of times, and now we have the best of times. And this is a great day for me.
You know, this is more than a race. It touches emotions, and goodness, I'm going to embrace every single second of this for a very long time.
Aldo de May and Candice Bass-Robinson team up with the son of Trippi, owned and bred by the Drakenstein stud, and that was simply sensational. Charles Dickens writes his biggest chapter yet.